The sun slips below the horizon, and within minutes, the world transforms. Colors fade into gray, familiar paths disappear, and every rustling leaf suddenly sounds like a hidden predator. Imagine standing on the African savanna nearly 2 million years ago. There are no flashlights, no campfires, and no walls to protect you. Only darkness, and whatever might be watching from it.
For an ancient human, sunset wasn't beautiful. It was a countdown. As daylight vanished, the advantage shifted from humans to the creatures that ruled the night. While our ancestors relied heavily on sharp daytime vision, many predators evolved with powerful night eyesight, exceptional hearing, and an incredible sense of smell. A hungry leopard didn't need to see perfectly to find its prey. A pack of hyenas could locate frightened animals simply by listening. This meant that every evening became a brutal survival test. A snapping twig could be the wind, or it could be the last sound someone ever heard. The human brain quickly learned an important lesson. When you can't see clearly, assume danger. Those who stayed alert after dark had a better chance of surviving long enough to raise children. Over thousands of generations, that cautious instinct became deeply wired into our brains.
But darkness itself wasn't the true enemy. The real threat was uncertainty. Our ancestors weren't afraid of the night because it was black. They feared it because they couldn't know what was hiding inside it. That simple survival strategy, repeated for millions of years, may still explain why so many of us feel uneasy in a dark room today.
Yet something remarkable was about to change humanity's relationship with the night forever. One discovery would turn fear into confidence, allowing humans to reclaim the darkness from nature itself. And it all began with a single flame.
For hundreds of thousands of years, night belonged to predators. Then, humanity discovered something that changed history forever: fire. Imagine a small group of Homo erectus gathered as the last light disappears. Instead of retreating into complete darkness, a small fire crackles in front of them. Its glow pushes back the shadows, its warmth offers comfort, and its smoke keeps many dangerous animals at a distance. For the first time, humans didn't have to surrender when the sun went down.
Archaeological discoveries suggest that early humans were using controlled fire hundreds of thousands of years ago, and possibly even earlier in some locations. Ancient hearths, layers of charcoal, and burned animal bones reveal that fire became far more than a survival tool. It became the center of human life.
Around those flames, people could finally relax. They shared food, cared for one another, crafted stone tools, and perhaps most importantly, told stories. Scientists believe these nighttime gatherings may have helped strengthen language, cooperation, and culture itself. The hours that were once filled with fear slowly became hours of learning and connection.
But fire never erased the darkness completely. Beyond the circle of light, the unknown still waited. Every strange sound from the bushes reminded people that safety had limits. The flames created a boundary between the world humans could control and the mysterious world they couldn't. And as generations passed, that mysterious darkness began to fill with something even more powerful than predators. Not real animals, but creatures born inside the human imagination.
Once humans could survive the night, they began trying to explain it. And when the mind couldn't find answers, it created them. Picture yourself sitting beside a fading campfire. The flames flicker, shadows dance across the rocks, and a distant howl echoes through the darkness. Your eyes struggle to make sense of what they're seeing. Is that tree moving? Or is someone standing behind it? Is that whisper just the wind?
Modern neuroscience shows that the human brain is a prediction machine. When it doesn't receive enough visual information, it doesn't simply stop working. It fills in the missing pieces. The amygdala, the brain's threat detector, becomes especially active when uncertainty increases. From an evolutionary perspective, it was safer to mistake a shadow for a predator than to mistake a predator for a shadow. This survival mechanism shaped the stories humans told. Across cultures separated by thousands of miles, people imagined spirits, monsters, demons, and mysterious beings that came out only after sunset. Although these myths were different, they all reflected the same ancient feeling: the fear of what cannot be seen. Even children today experience something similar. As their imagination develops, many begin fearing dark rooms, not because they have seen monsters, but because their brains naturally imagine possibilities hidden in the unknown. The predators that haunted our ancestors have largely disappeared from our daily lives, yet the ancient survival system inside our brains never left. Even in a modern city filled with electric lights, a dark hallway or an unfamiliar forest at night can still awaken instincts that are millions of years old. But if we understand where this fear comes from, one final question remains. Are we really afraid of the dark, or are we simply afraid of the unknown? The next time you switch off the lights and feel a slight sense of unease, remember this: it isn't a flaw in your mind. It's a message from your ancestors. For nearly 2 million years, darkness was one of humanity's greatest challenges. It was a time when vision failed, predators gained the advantage, and every unexplained sound could mean life or death. Those who stayed cautious were more likely to survive, and over countless generations, that caution became part of who we are. Today, our world is completely different. Streetlights illuminate our cities, security cameras watch our neighborhoods, and a single phone flashlight can brighten an entire room. Yet, our brains still carry the same ancient wiring. The survival instincts that once protected Homo erectus on the African savanna continue to whisper warnings whenever we step into the unknown. Perhaps that's why darkness has inspired so many stories throughout human history. It became the home of ghosts, monsters, demons, and legends, not because they truly lived there, but because the human imagination rushed to fill the empty spaces that our eyes could not. In a way, darkness has always acted like a mirror. It doesn't reveal what's outside us. It reveals what's inside us: our fears, our curiosity, and our endless desire to understand the world. Ironically, the same species that once trembled at sunset eventually mastered fire, built civilizations, explored the deepest oceans, and even walked on the moon. Humanity never defeated the dark by making it disappear. We defeated it by learning, inventing, and refusing to let fear stop our curiosity. So, are humans truly afraid of the dark? Not exactly. We're afraid of uncertainty, of the unseen, of the unanswered questions waiting beyond the edge of our understanding. And perhaps that's the greatest lesson of all. Every major discovery in human history began with someone willing to step into the darkness and find the light.